Beginning of April is when the snow melts and we're able to get out into the fields. And so if you'll notice the Melissa plants, the rows are really narrow. So we have a fleet of little tiny tractors that we drag implements with, and we will usually start off with weed burners as like torches in them to try to kill the baby weeds. And then we go after it with rototillers behind the same tractors. Excuse me. And then the rest of it is all hose and rakes and weed eaters. You know, I mean, to try to keep the weeds down, because we don't use any pesticides. And we fertilize with it's basically ground up fish pieces. And so then right around the 4th of July is when the Melissa, we've been watering the hell out of it, and the Melissa will show tiny little yellow flowers. And that's when that's what tells us that it's at the peak of its oil content. And that's when, bam, we gotta get out of the field and we cut the whole farm. It usually takes us about 2 weeks. And we'll go from dawn to dusk, you know what I mean, trying to go as fast as we can, because if it gets the white flowers, we know we're a little bit past and we'll get less oil. But so we use modified wheat harvesting equipment. The swather, in other words, the actual harvester, we put a conveyor belt on it so that Melissa doesn't like to touch the ground after it's been cut. It makes less oil that way.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, it's one of those bark beetles. So anyway, so we have to follow that close, basically, behind with the harvest truck, and it has a conveyor also, and we designed and built that last year. And it loads the back of the truck, and then when that's full, then we'll take it down to the distillery, and it unloads itself onto the concrete. Very clean concrete, has to be very clean. And then we have a tool that takes a bricks test. It measures the amount of sugars in the plant, and after it's been cut and lays in the sun to stress out for an hour or two, the sugar levels in the plant will spike way up, and that's when we'll throw it in the cookers and cook it. And then, have you guys been down to the distillery yet? So you saw how that action works, how it separates and floats on top of the water, right? Okay, and that's how that gig happens. And then we just filter it, and that's our product, you know. But it's really crazy that our pretty big farm, you know, well, not as far as farms go, but we're a pretty big area, and our entire harvest for a year will fit in 2 5-gallon cans.
Wow. Yeah.
You know, it is crazy. You know, it's not my idea of farming, you know. I mean, I was like, what the, you know,
it's a yield issue.
Yeah, you know, and we're doing good, you know. But no, so it's an absolute totally cool place to work. I mean, where else would you see a farm cut out of the middle of a forest?
Yeah.
First of all. Second of all, the place has a ton of history. You know, I get to do some really cool stuff. If I have an idea, the boss will say, build it, let's try it, you know. And since we're the research farm, we get to try stuff. You know, it's not the same every year. I get to work with some pretty cool people. We're a very tight-knit little group. There's only like 4 or 5 of us that are year-round. Yeah. And you know, I get to do this stuff. I mean, look at all the attention I get. I mean, who would think that so many people would come to see a damn farm mechanic? You know what I mean? But you know, that's why this is my favorite day of the year. Yeah. I mean, we get to meet you guys, and I couldn't do what I do without you guys, and you couldn't do what you do without us. So it makes it super cool to meet you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And you know,
same for
it's a
us.
party.
It's
It's a party.
Nice to meet you.
You know?
Also, it's your birthday.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They sang to me. I feel so spoiled. Yeah. You know? But no, this is super cool, you know, because it's like there aren't many industries where the people that actually sell the stuff are interested in how it happens on the dirt end of it.
Yeah.
You know, and I just think that it's totally cool that not only have you guys earned the right to come here, but you're actually interested. Yeah, you know. And you come from all over the world. I get to meet some super cool people, you know. And the rest of my coworkers are they are, most of the year, they're freaked out about it. They don't want to have anything to do with it. They're afraid to speak in front of people. And to tell you the truth, 3 or 4 years ago, I was too. Yeah. But it's just, it's pretty fulfilling. And once you get doing it, it's cooler and cooler. Yeah. And I just love meeting people, you know. So it makes it fun for all of us, you know. And we all get to do this stuff. I mean, we're all making money, right?
Awesome.
We're all doing good. The company's doing real well, you know, so let's have a party.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, thanks, man.
Thank you.